What if one simple joke turned into the greatest love story of a lifetime? A lonely rancher believed he was too old to fall in love, until one unexpected reply changed everything. Today's heartwarming Old West story will remind you that it's never too late to find happiness, hope, and a second chance at love. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another inspiring story from the Old West. Now, settle in, relax, and let's get started. The year was 1894 in the rolling hills of Montana, where endless grasslands stretched beneath wide blue skies and lonely ranches stood miles apart. Ethan Walker, a widowed rancher nearing 60, had spent the last 12 years believing that the happiest chapter of his life had already passed. Since losing his wife, he devoted every waking hour to caring for his cattle, repairing fences, and helping neighbors whenever they needed an extra pair of hands. Though respected throughout the valley for his honesty and quiet strength, Ethan returned each evening to an empty farmhouse, where silence greeted him louder than any welcome. He convinced himself that love belonged to younger people, and that his future would be filled only with hard work and fading memories. On crisp autumn afternoon, the townspeople gathered to repair the roof of the small wooden church before winter arrived. Among the volunteers was Clara Bennett, a graceful schoolteacher in her early 50s who had recently moved west from Boston to begin a new life. Her gentle smile, thoughtful words, and willingness to work alongside everyone quickly earned the town's admiration. After the work was finished, everyone shared coffee and fresh pie outside the church. Laughing to hide feelings he barely understood, Ethan smiled at Clara and said, "I'd marry you if I were younger." The crowd laughed, expecting another joke. Clara simply met his eyes and quietly replied, "Age isn't what keeps people apart. Fear does." Her calm answer silenced the gathering, and those few words stayed with Ethan long after the sun disappeared behind the Montana hills. Clara's words echoed through Ethan's mind for days. Every morning as he rode across the pasture checking cattle, he found himself remembering the quiet confidence in her voice. Instead of avoiding her as he had first intended, he began looking for reasons to visit the little schoolhouse or help with projects around town. They soon discovered a friendship built on honesty, kindness, and shared experiences. Clara admired Ethan's generous heart, while Ethan respected her courage to begin a new life in the American West after losing so much. Together, they delivered food to struggling families, repaired an elderly widow's barn, and spent peaceful evenings on the ranch porch, watching golden sunsets fade into star-filled skies. Ethan realized that happiness had quietly returned to his life without him noticing. On Christmas Eve, the entire town gathered inside the decorated church for music and celebration. After the final hymn, Ethan stepped forward with trembling hands and faced Clara before everyone. Smiling warmly, he said, "I once believed I was too old for love. I was wrong." The room fell silent. Clara's eyes filled with tears as she answered softly, "I've been waiting for you to stop laughing and start believing." Ethan asked her to marry him, and she joyfully accepted. As church bells rang across the snowy valley, friends and neighbors cheered, proving that true love is never measured by age, but by the courage to open your heart.